position.
Is that so? But why did you even think to buy a new mug in the first place?
Well, the wooden one was chipped and I thought you'd like it. Just try drinking out of it.
Delicious.
All right, here we are, my friends. Old Country Bumpkin, Master Swordsman, episode number 9. And once again with here, I think this was a really good episode for a variety of different reasons, which I'll definitely talk about here in one moment. But at the end of the episode, we meet another new character. This new character's name is Rose, and of course, she is a former student of Beryl, because of course she is. It seems that this man has no shortage of students that he has trained that are 10 out of 10 banger ladies. Apparently he only, outside of the one guy that took over his dojo, he only trained female students, apparently. Who knows? He just, the god of this world just went, you get all of them, but you won't do anything with them because I'm going to program you that way. So we meet this girl named Rose, and of course you can tell 𝐿𝐿ucia either knows her, trained with her, but she definitely doesn't like her. And she's like, okay, here's more competition for my man Beryl once again. So I think that is an interesting point for sure. But the thing that annoys me the most is they're yet introducing another new character. It's episode number 9. We only have 10, 11, 12 left. We have 3 episodes left before the end of the season. So we're going to get nothing from here. We're going to get no advancements on the romantic front with any of the girls once again. And because there's a season 2 that was announced last week, which is looming, we know this got greenlit for another season. So that immediately tells you that even if you were hopeful for maybe a confession or something, at least have 𝐿𝐿ucia go in and at least just confess to Beryl. We know 1,000,000% absolutely nothing in that sense is going to happen. I've given you guys a lot of feedback of like, I really wish that the show would just peel back from this non-harem thing that they have going on. I don't necessarily mind that he has a lot of students, but like remove the fact that they all want to jump his balls and let's instead focus on just him being a mentor and maybe have him find a different love interest. Maybe it is a bartender, a barkeep. Maybe it's somebody, maybe it's one of the guild girls. Maybe it is somebody he bumps into as he's buying Mewi, I don't know, some homework books or something, and he bumps into this girl and all the girls get to be jealous of her, but yes, she's the one that is wooing Beryl, that is whatever he considers age appropriate, she magically has that. That would be a much better pathway as opposed to this, this continuance of this harem that's never going to actually amount to absolutely anything. Because I can tell you, even by the end of the next season that has yet to come, we're still not going to get anything relevant to that. Now, the reason I said this was a pretty good episode is I genuinely, based on that commentary that I just said, right? Like, I wish that they focus on his being a mentor and being a this, and I think this episode kind of nailed that. So it nailed it in 2 fronts. One, we have the Mewi stuff where he goes and she's going to start school. So because she's going to start school, he goes and he wants to buy her a book bag. I think that's really cute. He wants to go buy her a book bag. And the book bag that he wants specifically is super duper expensive. And he's like, shit, like this is going to cost me like all of my salary, whatever. So he's like, what am I going to do here? I really want to get this for her, even if I have to sacrifice. I want to get this for her. I would love, my daughter, the person I'm guarding, whatever you want to call it. He's like, I want to buy this kid the bag. She deserves it. I think that she would like it. This is the one. He doesn't want to settle. Thankfully, because of that, Serena comes into play. And she was like, oh, Beryl, you're perfect. You're there. I have to go do this mission. So he's going to get a little bit of cheddar, a little bit of cash from it. So I want to pause there. I'll come back to Serena. So he ends up completing the mission. He gets the money from the mission and he's able to buy her the book bag. And him and Mewi share a really, really cool moment where he tries to be nonchalant about it. And he gives her the bag. He's like, the thing you could do for me, like, like, don't worry about ever pay me back, whatever. Like, you could pay me back by using this for a really long time, taking care of it. And I was like, that is next level adorable. Like, it's adorable. And then Mewi on the Reciprocal, early in the episode, she had found out that Beryl was using a mug, like a wooden mug, and it had chips and stuff. So she goes and takes a quest at the Adventure Guild or she goes and tries to take quest at Adventure Guild, but she meets Serena and she gives her like a dishwashing job, like a little part-time little job, this little gig that she could do. And she uses those funds and she buys him a ceramic mug so he can drink his beer and, have fun and stuff. So she gives him that. And that's a really cool, like, mentor student, father, daughter, whatever relationship you want to call, guardian, kid, whatever relationship you want to call it. Like, it's a really cool moment. I was like, yeah, the anime needs more of those moments and less of the harem no harem routes, because there, again, nothing's going to come of it. So I'd rather see the anime focus on this because, like, it's the feel good stuff. It's slice of lifey. It feels good. Nothing crazy happened. I thought it was really enjoyable. And then on the Serena front, which I think Serena's best girl still because she's the closest in age. She's the one that makes the most sense, blah, 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 blah. On the Serena front, it wasn't her going after Beryl or being weird about anything. It was literally just her having her master come and helping her on a mission with the horse and having her go through some turmoil and having her, Beryl help Serena. And then they do a mission together, and there was no funny business whatsoever. Nobody hit on anything. She didn't have any internal monologue about jumping his bones. Nothing crazy. They just shared a quest together. And I was like, yeah, the anime needs more of those moments with his mentors or with his students, whatever. And less of the, everybody wants a piece of Beryl. You know what I mean? And I was like, yeah, the anime. So I thought this episode was one of the best ones of the season so far. I think this was like an 8 out of 10 episode. I enjoyed it. I had a couple of giggles. I enjoyed what they put on screen. But of course, it was ruined by the end of the episode with this new girl, Rose, and another girl who's probably going to be all weirdo about Beryl. And she also always loved him or something stupid like that. So anyways, let me know what you guys think about Old Country Bumpkin episode 9. I thought this was a good episode. Again, I want to make sure that's a takeaway here. It's just the things that surround the show. It's like, again, high potential, low output, just a disappointment this season overall for a show that could be really, really good. It just requires some changes, and that may be changes to the main story. Like the anime studio may have needed to take some liberties so that the story doesn't suck. So that's how I feel. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. I'll see you next week, my friends. Have a good rest of your weekend. Peace out.